Welcome everybody to the city of Portland, Oregon for today's Sunday afternoon SFL action between the London Knights and the red-hot Portland Fleet. From here, the shipyard here in lovely downtown Portland, Oregon. 75 degrees and sunny outside is the weather, but in here, it's as hot as ever. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jack Brown alongside Aaron Alexander. Aaron, Portland coming in as possibly the hottest team in the SFL right now. What do they got to do to take on this London team looking to avenge a loss from last week against Atlanta?
Honestly, for Portland, they just gotta keep going to what works, right? They've on an incredible 3-game win streak so far of one of the best rushing attacks, if not the best rushing attack in the league right now, behind Ezekiel Love. If they can keep that going here against London, I think they have a pretty good chance of extending this win streak to 4 here today.
Meanwhile, of course, on the other side of the ball, we have one of the best passing attacks in the league, or at the very least, one of the most ferocious in London. Johnny Pickler in the top 3 of most all relevant passing categories here in the SFL. And, well, Portland, they're a team that's been showing that they can do well in the pass defense category.
Yeah, absolutely. Their pass defense has definitely allowed them some opportunities for Portland to come up big in these games these past few weeks against some teams that tend to be more pass heavy.
Could not agree with you more, Aaron. Ball's on the tee, and we're just about ready to get underway from here in the lovely state of Oregon. Portland wearing their all orange uniforms today, London in the all whites. And we are underway as the kick from David John sails long, taken at about the goal line by London, taking it past the 10, past the 20, up to the 22-yard line. And that is where star quarterback Johnny Pickler and his merry band of men are going to start this drive.
Yeah, Johnny Pickler has been ferocious through the air for the Knights. As you mentioned, third in most relevant quarterback categories, coming off a 325-yard game last week against Atlanta.
They're going to start this one on the ground. Hand off to Robert Merrill. Doesn't really go for much. 2nd and 10. The remainder of London's offense, as the starters here, are wide receivers Saren Storm, Mike St. Green, and Vin Kalia, with the tight end being Benji Matson. Once again, under center is Johnny Pickler. Making some adjustments at the line. Gonna be a short drop from Pickler, throws it out to Robert Merrill. Robert Merrill makes a man miss, gonna gain 5, makes it 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's realistically what you want to see out of a play like that. Just a short dump off to your halfback who's able to push forward for 5.
Third and 5, empty backfield for Johnny Pickler. Snaps right where it needs to be, steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle. That's going to be tipped incomplete. Portland's defense bats that one away. And that is number 52, Khalil Thomas, on the pass deflection.
That would be Mel Davis, actually, number 52 for Portland there, Jack. Just a really good read on that ball in order to get the deflection. Is going to force London to punt this ball away from deep in their own territory.
Snaps a little bit off center, but the punt is away. And Portland's going to take it at the 40, taking it up to the 41. And now as London went through the air, we expect Portland to stay on the ground.
More than likely, we heard early on, we may see Portland try to get their pass game going with rookie quarterback O.J. Bruin here. And honestly, with the field position they've got, it definitely would be a good call.
Well, they're coming out in the I form, no men wide. That's exactly what they're going to do. Hand it off to Ezekiel Love. He picks up some blocks. Ezekiel Love going right up the middle. Only had to beat out one man, but wasn't quite able to do it. Tackle made on the touchdown saving tackle, that is, by the cornerback, Brandon Ewing.
Yeah, and that's Ezekiel Love doing what Ezekiel Love does best there. Just a powerful run on first down. Already almost breaking into the end zone on one play. They gain about 10 yards here and look to continue their drive.
And it's a free play. Same handoff to Ezekiel Love. Bears going to take the yards. He looks to only gain 1 or 2 yards. And the Fleet are just going to accept it, take the yards, and it'll make it 1st and 5.
It's Chad Rowland every time jumping off sides. He jumps again here, probably just trying to anticipate the run. Doesn't work out, and Portland's got a free 5 yards.
1st and 5. London playing close up to the line. Gonna be another handoff to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love nearly jukes out a man, but it does not quite work out. Gain of 3, gonna be 2nd down and 2. Tackle made by Tanner Hendricks.
Yeah, and that was honestly a big stop by Tanner Hendricks there. If Hendricks wasn't in the position to make that play, that definitely could have gone for a lot more than just 3 yards. But good job on containing Ezekiel Love there on that run.
Gonna be another handoff to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love's got a hole blown wide open for him by his offensive line. And, you know, they talk a lot about the backs and when you're talking about running games, but almost as important, if not maybe even a bit more important, is an offensive line like Portland's.
Yeah, between the offensive line and the tight end and Nelson Lozano, they're definitely a big piece to this running game for Portland. You have to give them credit. They're able to open up these holes for Ezekiel Love to go through pretty handily.
And it's going to be a handoff up to the fullback, John Truzman. Truzman on the quick fullback dive gains 4 yards. Truzman, who's the halfback, if I remember correctly, for the first season that the Fleet were here in Portland, still gets love from time to time.
Yeah, he's definitely a more quiet piece of this Portland rushing attack, but he's definitely more than capable of getting these handoffs and getting yardage, as we saw there.
And Ezekiel Love gets the other 5 yards, gets the 1st down. Portland, through pretty much exclusively rushing plays, has carved through the London Knights front 7, and they're already down to the 19.
Yeah, I actually don't think that that Portland has thrown a pass yet this drive.
Well, odds are this will be their first passing play of the game. That it will be. OJ Bruin going over the middle, threads the needle, and makes it a 1st down and goal. Gets 11 yards on the throw to Art Vandelay, and that is the exact sort of play that you want to open up a passing attack with.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just a well-timed ball from OJ Bruin into the hands of Art Vandelay. That offensive line giving OJ plenty of time to set his feet and make that throw to his receiver there.
Handoff to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love finds a hole, but is tripped up at the 3-yard line. Could have easily got into the end zone, was not able to quite catch who made the touchdown saving tackle.
Yeah, but that was still, big blocks there from that offensive line of Portland in order to open up that hole and give Portland the opportunity to threaten 7 here.
Handoff up the middle to Ezekiel Love. He waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown, Fleet. And if you're London, and if you're Johnny Pickler, that's got to be a concerning sign. You go 3 and out on your first drive, and then Portland takes it and goes right into the end zone.
Yeah, and credit to Portland. They did have incredibly good field position coming into this drive because of that 3 and out that their defense managed against the London offense. London, as a consequence, may come out on this next drive of theirs potentially more aggressive, more intent on trying to throw deeper passes downfield, which is kind of a double-edged sword in a game like this.
And Portland tacks on the extra point, puts them up 7-0 with 5:55 remaining in the first quarter, as Portland basically just resets the game with them up now 7. Kick is away from David John. And once again, it's going to be taken at the goal line for London, being set back far by these deep kicks. And they're going to start once more from the same place they did last time, off the return from Saren Storm.
Yeah, London on their first drive only managed to get about 5 yards of total offense here. They're definitely going to look to try and get a bit more here as Pickler comes out in the gun.
In the gun, empty backfield, London surely looking to throw. That's exactly what they're going to do. Pickler goes deep, and that one's going to be caught for a first down all the way up to Portland's 40-yard line. What a masterful throw, and more importantly, what a masterful catch by Benji Matson.
Yeah, and that's honestly what I expected to see out of London starting this drive, going for more of a deeper sort of pass attack. And of course, on a ball like that, you definitely want it to get into your hands, into the hands of your consistent targets. Benji Matson, of course, being one of them here in London.
Snaps right where it needs to be, and Johnny Pickler once again goes deep, and oh my goodness, wins the one-on-one grab down the sidelines. That's going to be a touchdown, London Knights. What a grab and what a play by Vin Kalia. And that ties this game right up at 7.
Well, I expected London to take risks. They definitely took a risk there. Johnny Pickler airing this ball out massively into the hands of Vin Kalia. Derek Majors, unfortunately, not in the right place to try and make a play on that ball. And after Kalia gets around Majors, it's just open field, and Kalia goes 60 yards for London's response to Portland's touchdown.
That drive only took 44 seconds off the clock for London to tie this game back up. And Portland, their drive took about 4 minutes. 2 very different routes to take to get to the first touchdown of the ball game. But the score still stands 7-7.
Yeah, and that just shows the, how do I word this? The aggressiveness of London's offense, how electrifying that it can be able to score just, two quick passes back to back, and we're tied up already, and it hasn't even been a minute yet.
No, it has not. But now Portland gets their first real proper start to a drive today. Obviously, their last drive went very well, primarily led by handoffs to Ezekiel Love. Got 40 yards during that drive, while Art Vandelay got the other 11 and resulted in a touchdown. Handoff on the misdirection counter to Ezekiel Love. Gain of 5 on the play. Very smart play, I gotta say.
Yeah, but realistically, that's just Portland's MO, right? They know that Ezekiel Love has proven to be nigh unstoppable here in the past few games for this Fleet offense. It makes sense that they would, keep feeding the beast, as it were, keep doing what's been working. And got to credit the offensive line again. They've been able to open up these holes for Ezekiel Love that results in another Portland first down here.
Another carry, another first down, and he's already averaging 6.1 yards per carry. Ezekiel Love has just taken this game and taken London's front 7, has basically blown them up throughout this first quarter, so far at least. As O.J. Bruin's now in the gun looking to pass. Low snap for OJ Bruin, throws deep over the middle. What a dangerous throw that somehow works out in his favor. Another 1st and 10, this time caught by Benjamin Warner.
Yeah, and massive credit to Benjamin Warner on that grab there. 2 different London shirts in the area to try to make a play on that ball, and Benjamin Warner just reaches up and basically snatches it out of their hands to keep this drive going for Portland and keep OJ Bruin looking good here to start this first quarter.
Under center is OJ Bruin. Gonna be another handoff up the middle, and London just stamps that one out almost over before it even started. That's William Davidson, the defensive tackle, making the tackle.
Yeah, that's honestly the first sign that we've seen from this London front four actually getting a stop on the run from Ezekiel Love there. Portland may look to shift focus after that.
Throws right over the middle. That one's going to be intercepted. Portland tries to play a game akin to London, and it does not work out. Rain Rowe with the massive interception.
Yeah, tipped pass. I believe that was by Brandon Ewing on the deflection, straight into the hands of Rain Rie, and an unfortunate turn of events for Portland, but an advantageous sign for London as they can look to try and strike quickly and take the lead here before the start of the second quarter.
Johnny Pickler starting out this drive under center. Short drop from Pickler, short throw over the middle. That one's going to be caught, and it's going to go for a first down. What a play to get it going forward again. It's Vin Kalia, another reception. 2 receptions, and he already has 70 yards.
Yeah, that's what London does best. They get the ball into the hands of their receivers. Their receivers are typically able to make magic happen. This one goes to Mike St. Green for another 10 yards.
You said they like to make magic happen, and I would happen to agree with you. St. Green going right over the middle, and he gets first down and a yard or 2 on top of it. Short drop from Pickler, throws to Robert Merrill on the flat. Robert Merrill gains 4 on the play, although honestly I would have said he may have gotten a yard or 2 more.
Yeah, the refs so far this season have been somewhat questionable as far as their ball spotting goes, but it's a pretty manageable second down here for London.
Handoff to Robert Merrill, and Robert Merrill loses 2 of the 4 yards he got on the previous play as London tries to play Portland's game, and it doesn't work out for them.
Yeah, the outside linebacker, Gary Clem, had that run basically scouted there, able to get the stop in the backfield, and London's going to look to air it out here on 3rd and long.
Johnny Pickler in the shotgun, high snap. Pickler goes over the middle. That was going to be a tip drill. Oh my goodness, it's caught by London. Another miracle play. Benji Matson was there at the right place, the right time, and saves this drive.
That is the 3rd time that I've seen a tipped pass go in London's favor. They had 2 against Fort Worth at the convention. They get another one there. Benji Matson able to get his hands on it, keep this drive going for London, what could have easily been either an interception or an incomplete pass.
Very deep drop from Pickler, and Pickler goes down, loses 9 yards on the sack as Portland gets a huge play on defense, sack made by Khalil Thomas.
Yeah, the big outside linebacker able to get around the edge, force that offensive tackle off of his line just enough to get his hand on Pickler, who to this point had been the 3rd least sack quarterback in the league.
Throws over the middle from Pickler, tries to get some of those yards back Not going to work out. Makes it a 3rd and 19.
And this is a do or die 3rd down here for London. They need 19 in order to get this 1st down, which is by no means impossible. But considering what Portland's defense is capable of, definitely not a small order to do.
Throws towards the sideline. That one's going to be caught, but nowhere near enough yards for the 1st down. Saren Storm, that's his 1st grab of the day.
Yeah, Saren Storm only able to get 5 there. An unfortunate play call. I think they weren't able to really get anything open deep, and London's going to be forced to put the game in the hands of McLongfellow here to try and push this push into the lead here at the end of the 1st.
Well, we'll find out if London can take the lead here to start the 2nd quarter. Right after this break, you're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. All right, now let's see how McLongfellow does here. Snaps a bit low, but the kick is on its way. It's a long bomb, and it's good from 44 out. London takes the lead.
Yeah, definitely a good kick there from McLongfellow. Definitely a little close for comfort power-wise, but he's able to get it through, and London now with a 3-point lead here to start the 2nd quarter.
And we are back as the kick only taken at the 15, taken up to the 29. And Portland, their defense was able to do enough to minimize the damage from the interception. Now they're only down by 3.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're Portland, I wouldn't take that interception as a dissuadance from that passing game. The London's defense just had a really good read on that ball from OJ Bruin. Of course, you definitely want to stick with what's been working, which is this run game, as Ezekiel Love picks up 10. And I think sticking with that is definitely a good plan, but I don't think that Portland should be scared to try the pass again.
No. Every quarterback makes mistakes every so often, and especially if you're Portland, you can just kind of take that as, oh, okay, we don't need it that much, because look, guess what? We have Ezekiel Love, and he'll just blow up the front 7 over and over again.
Yeah, and it's not like the pass that OJ Bruin threw was particularly bad. Like I mentioned, London's defense just had a really good read on it.
OJ Bruin already going back to the air, and he's going to go down for a sack, 2nd and 17. OJ Bruin, they tried to establish some more confidence in the lad, but then he just gets his world rocked by Cam Crosby.
Yeah, the blocking, unfortunately, not able to really hold, well enough for OJ Bruin to really allow that play to develop. And Cam Crosby's going to take advantage of that, get a big 7-yard sack, force a long 2nd down here.
2nd and 17. 2nd and 17. They're going to have to throw this one. They are, and that one is, they're going to say was not in bounds. Interesting little throw there to Jean Valentin. If honestly, if I was Jacob Beauvais, I would throw the challenge flag because it looked in bounds to me up here.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with you there. It looks like they're gonna keep it in their pocket though. They don't want to take the risk here, as looks like they're gonna try and go through the air again here on this long third down.
Snaps where it needs to be, and oh, it's another sack! A disastrous set of downs for Portland makes it 4th and 24, and they're gonna have to punt this away.
Yeah, I definitely respect Portland for trying to get OJ Bruin going. Unfortunately, the blocking just wasn't there. London able to penetrate through this offensive line, and it's going to force a deep punt from Portland and give London some pretty decent field position going forward into this drive.
Dare I say, that's phenomenal field position on their own 39-yard line. Really takes some pressure off Johnny Pickler's shoulders, who has been having a signature Johnny Pickler day. 132 yards on 8 completions, with a touchdown, no interceptions, making his current QBR 152.1. Pickler drops back deep, gonna throw over the middle deep again, and it's gonna be picked off, just slightly underthrown, and it's gonna cost the London Knights greatly, and Portland gets it right back.
Yeah, Bob Funk swinging the momentum toward the side of Portland again with a great read on this just underthrown ball by Johnny Pickler, intended for Mike St. Green, and now Portland has really good field position to try and restart this drive, try and pick up some lost momentum from the 2 sacks on that previous drive.
Dare I say, it must be getting funky on the Portland sideline. I'm here till Thursday, folks. OJ Bruin going under center, going to be a short drop from him. Throws, that one's going to be caught, and gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, that one to Gene Valentine there. Just a nice out route there. Picks up 7, is able to get a little bit more than the initial grab, the tackle made by Telemax Scarborough. And Portland's now in London territory, looking to try and push deeper into London side of the field.
Handoff to the outside now for Ezekiel Love. Not going to go anywhere. Loses a pair of yards. Makes it 3rd and 5.
Yeah, any hole that was there, London's defense just sealed up pretty much immediately. Ezekiel Love not really able to get anything going there. It's definitely a manageable 3rd down situation here for Portland. We'll see if they can pick it up.
OJ Bruin looking around to the sidelines. That one's going to be caught in bounds as OJ Bruin finally gets his passing arm back underneath him. I think that throw was made to Nelson Lozano, if I'm not mistaken. No, that was to Benjamin Warner.
Yeah, and that was just a really good ball from OJ Bruin to Benjamin Warner there. The kind of play that you want in order to try and get your confidence back in your rookie quarterback, because they're continuing to drive here after that interception by Bob Funk.
Snap is away on the flat. Oh my goodness! Ezekiel Love spinned a man out. He's nearly going to go for a second spin, but not quite able to get it in time. 2 spins in a row. Man, that would have been something.
Yeah, this a really nice spin move on the initial grab to make the first man miss. Unfortunately, not able to get any more than that, but a nice pickup there for Ezekiel Love out of the flat.
Handoff right up the middle to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love powering forward. Gains 4, but he needed 5. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, it's still a really, really manageable third down situation, though, here for London. I'm sorry, for Portland, rather. This definitely opens up uh, their playbook here. They could, hand the ball off to Ezekiel Love. They could give it to John Trusman, the fullback. They could go for some kind of short yardage pass out of the flat to either their tight end or one of their receivers.
And it's going to be another handoff up the middle to Ezekiel Love, and he's going to get the first down, 1st and 10, and gets it to within London's red zone.
Yeah, this is the first time in a while that Portland's threatened the red zone. Last time they were here, though, they were able to convert it into a touchdown. We'll see, though, if London's defense is able to tighten up and keep them out of the end zone here.
Another handoff to Ezekiel Love, gains 7 on the play. These rushes up the middle for Portland. I'm surprised London has not cued into them as well as you think they would, considering the fact that has been the bread and butter of Portland's offense throughout their entire season.
Yeah, and honestly, I think you have to give credit for that, though, to this offensive line of Portland, as well as the blocking from Trusman, the fullback. They're just able to get these holes opened to allow Ezekiel Love into these running lanes, and then it's just all Ezekiel Love from there, making men miss, charging forward after contact. It's honestly impressive to watch from this Portland offense.
Short drop for OJ Bruin. Looking around, has hit as he throws, tipped up in the air, and that one's incomplete. 4th and 1. And they're going to have to trot out the field goal unit to try and tie the game up.
Yeah, it was Wyo on the reception there. The free agent signing from Louisiana coming over with Johnny Pickler. And they're actually going to try the bait and switch here, it looks like. Try and catch London offsides.
Gonna be another handoff right up the middle, and it's gonna be a first down after the free play. And if you're London's coaching staff, you have to be just internally screaming right now. When you're this close to the end zone, if you're Tanner Hendricks, you got to be screaming, "Don't jump! Don't jump!" But Chad Rowland just goes, "Haha, I'm gonna jump offsides anyway."
Yeah, Chad Rowland is just. I don't know if he's just nervous. I don't know what's going on with Chad, but that's the second time he's been called offsides, and this one's probably the worst one that you could jump for. As Portland now has 1st and goal from the 6.
They're gonna throw it. That's gonna be in, caught it for a touchdown, and Chad Rowland's mistake now puts them down by 3, possibly even 4.
Yeah, that jump by Chad Rowland means that the ball gets into the hands of Art Vandelay for that touchdown there. They're going to look to tack on the extra point here, put Portland up by 4.
And if they can do that, then it keeps this game on edge. Because, I mean, so far throughout this first quarter and a half or so, it has been just a lights-out ball game, folks. Don't go anywhere if you're thinking about tuning off. We have an intense ball game on our hands.
And if my numbers here are correct, that was Art Vandelay's first receiving touchdown of the season.
Well, good for him, and congratulations, Art Vandelay. It may have been almost halfway through the season, but you got your first. Make sure to hold on to that game ball as the kickoff from David John is sailing through the air, taken at the goal line by Saren Storm. Storm trying to find a hole in the middle of the kick coverage. Not going to really go for much more than he typically goes for.
And now London sitting behind the cue ball, as it were. They definitely need to strike here against this Portland defense. in order to try and get this lead back before halftime.
They have 4:47 left, so for London, that's a ton of time on the clock. Throws on the flat to Robert Merrill, and Merrill gains a yard, they're going to say.
Yeah, and that's not exactly the kind of start I would neither want nor expect to see from London here to start this drive.
Second and 9, deep drop, throws on the flat to Robert Merrill. Merrill wide open, tons of green in front of him, and he gets the first down for the Knights.
Yeah, that's definitely more what you would expect to see out of London, getting it to a wide open Robert Merrill. Portland's defense didn't have that flat covered at all, as opposed to the previous play where they had it covered pretty heavily. And London's got themselves another first down here.
Hand off to the outside to Robert Merrill. Robert Merrill gets caught up at the line of scrimmage. No gain, no loss. As London trying to diversify the game plan up when they should know as well as anyone that their best bet is to go into the sky.
Yeah, Portland just has Robert's Merrill number as far as the rushing attack goes right now. And if you're London, you definitely need to air it out. Try and get something, mid to deep.
And well, that's exactly what they're going to do here, getting it up to the 49. First down on the all slants play from Johnny Pickler to Saren Storm.
Yeah, that's more of what I would expect to see London do consistently here. As there's only 3 minutes left in the half. You need to try and get something into the end zone as quick as possible.
Another deep throw over the middle, but that one is thrown to pretty much nobody. Thrown near to the heart of the Portland defense.
Yeah, Johnny feeling the pressure of the edge rush from Portland as he's forced to make a throw that, any closer to a Portland defender, that's probably intercepted.
Shotgun snap, jumps up in the pocket, throws, and that one's going to be a first down up to the 34-yard line. Johnny Pickler moving the ball with precision. His only real mistake today was that one interception.
Yeah, that honestly just a really nice throw on a bit of a run there into the hands of Mike St. Green. Portland not really able to defend that ball well, and London continues to push downfield, move the chains.
Short drop, throws to the sideline. That one's going to be caught inbounds, and he steps out of bounds. Preserves the time on the clock as Mike St. Green.
Yeah, and that's honestly smart, I think, if you're London at this point, being that you're still down by 4, being that you have a chance to try and threaten the end zone. I think you want to not allow Portland, if they do get the ball back before the 2-minute warning, allow them the time to try and fight back before the half.
Very short drop, and it's going to be another throw out to, I think that's actually the fullback. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning, folks. London knocking on the door to make it a 3-point ball game in their favor. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch.
What's up, everyone? I'm Doug. What's up, everyone? I'm Doug, oh my God.
I'm Doug Brown, running back, Mud Dogs. That's Potty, Kicker, Dragons. That's Benny Butcher, DT, Dragons. We the Simpot, the late night SFL podcast. Check us out on YouTube and Twitter.
everybody, and welcome back. It's 3rd and 7, 2 minutes to go. 7 yards, what London needs, and they're coming out in the empty set. Ooh, boy, this is when they get exciting. Pickler throws over the middle. That's going to be caught for a first down. Putting it right where it needs to be. And they're down to Portland's 19.
Yeah, just a really good all slants there from London in order to get themselves into Portland's red zone. It's definitely, if you're Portland, the time that you want your defense to hold strong, not allow London to get into the end zone, try and force them to kick a field goal.
Short throw and a flat to Robert Merrill. Merrill giving a ton of room in front of him again. You would think that Portland would get better and better at defending those sorts of flat routes, but they have on too many occasions just left it wide open.
Yeah, and that's one of those times, and unfortunately this one definitely not the way you wanted it to go.
Short drop, throws once again on the flat to Robert Merrill. Merrill gets taken down. That was actually to the fullback for London. That is Royal Wellman. Another short drop, throws over the middle, caught, touchdown, London Knights. Got the rhythm, got the swagger, got it to Mike St. Green, and they're ahead by 2.
That's what you want if you're London. Just a nice pass there from Pickler into the hands of Mike St. Green, and London now looks to try and take this into the half up 3.
Snaps a bit low, kick is away. And London takes the 3-point lead, 46 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, definitely still time for Portland to try and make something happen. Their offense, though, tends to be more down-tempo, more clock-eating than London's is. So more than likely, this is the scoreline we're going to see going into the half. But I've been surprised before.
And they're going to need to get 67 yards in 43 seconds. That is the time for them to at least get something going here. I think a few handoffs to Ezekiel Love is going to be the call of the day, followed up by a big ol' Hail Mary, because they do have all 3 timeouts they're sitting on.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being Portland's MO here.
Deep drop from O.J. Bruin, throws to the sideline, caught, and they're going to say he had a foot in bounds for, of course, stepping out of bounds. Catch is made by Jean Valentine.
Yeah, and, nice 5-yard reception there. Valentine does step out of bounds, which is going to stop the clock. Give Portland a bit more time to get their bearings here, figure out their plan of attack here on 2nd down.
Another short drop from O.J. Bruin. Throws, and that one's going to be incomplete. Tried to get something going to the backup tight end, but it just not works out. That was Alexander Jacobs, the intended target.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jacobs isn't really able to get a hand on the ball thanks to some good defending by Tanner Hendricks and Anthony Wayo. And this is a really big 3rd down here for Portland. They definitely need to pick this up in order to have a chance to try and score here before the half.
Third down and 5, short drop, throws over the middle. That's going to be incomplete, 4th and 5. And now expect to see the punt unit, because I cannot imagine them going for it on 4th down. And yeah, it looks like they're just going to punt it away.
Yeah, it's definitely smart for them to punt it away here. We could see them maybe try a bait and switch again. I don't think it's necessarily worth it, though. This late in the half, better to just punt the ball away, try and get the stop uh, on London's defense for the next 30 seconds.
Punt is away, and it'll be taken at the 35. And for London's case, expect just a few handoffs to Robert Merrill.
Yep, definitely the right call to just hand it to your halfback, let the clock run out, go into this half with the lead.
Short drop, short throw, and it's going to be a first down. No, they're going to say it's 2nd and inches. London's going to have to hurry up, especially Johnny Pickler. Where was he? He was looking around. He was like, hey, where is everybody? Wastes valuable time, throws over the middle again. That was going to be caught down to the 45. 6 seconds. Why aren't you taking a timeout? You only have so much time left. There you go.
They're just going to try to bomb it to the end zone here, I think, Jack.
And hey, if there's any team and any quarterback who can do that well, I think it's Johnny Pickler.
He's definitely one of a select number that I would trust with this kind of situation.
Here we go, the long bomb. Oh, evades a sack. Johnny Pickler bombs it deep to the back of the end zone, and that's going to be tipped incomplete, but there's a flag on the play.
Could see pass interference, maybe?
Oh, it's a face mask, and the Knights do accept. We'll have to see exactly what this means,
that's the end
though.
of the quarter, though.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Yep, they're going to call it end of the half. So all that hootenanny for nothing as the Knights take a 17-14 lead heading into halftime. But man, Aaron, I got to say, this is shaping up to be one heck of a ball game.
Absolutely. The tail of the tape, as you can see there, it's been pretty much all London passing against a more balanced attack from this Portland Fleet offense. And so far, it's gone more in London's favor, but Portland definitely not making it easy.
No, they have not. As well, that is really the big difference maker right there. The 60-yard bomb to Vin Kalia. That has been the real thing that's been setting these two teams apart. But meanwhile, on the Portland side of the ball, sure, there was this mistake right here. But beyond that, they've been playing a dang near flawless game plan from their perspective.
Yeah, Ezekiel Love averaging 5 yards a carry and 80 yards. OJ Bruin, he's had a couple mistakes, but he does have 60 yards through the air. Has spread the ball out relatively well between Art Vandelay, Gene Valentine, and Benjamin Warner. And they're definitely going to look to continue that going into the half. They do get the ball back to start this third quarter here. So we'll see if they can make anything of it to start the second half.
Because while Portland is currently down, they get the ball to start the second half. So that is, of course, the big thing playing to their benefit. And they have now all the time in the world to do it. They got 22 minutes of total in-game time left. Meanwhile, for London, I mean, really, so long as they keep doing what they're doing, this should be a very easy game to win on their perspective.
Absolutely agree with you there, Jack. This is, to this point, London's game to lose.
Both teams coming out having made their halftime adjustments. McLongfellow has the ball up on the tee. And we are back underway. Is there still a member of the chain crew out there? Wonder how that got approved to resume play. Anywho, Portland takes it up to their own 30-yard line. And the Fleet hoping to get some points on the opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Portland, though, definitely has an opportunity here to try and change up their game plan. It's been mostly the Ezekiel Love show. I'd love to see them try and get OJ Bruin more involved through the air.
Well, we're going to start with a handoff to Ezekiel Love. Nothing gaining, though. Although if there is any upside, that apparently he didn't lose any yards.
Yeah, managed to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage, which is definitely good for Portland here. Still brings up a relatively long second down, though.
Handoff to Ezekiel Love once more, and it's going to be a 3rd and 10, although I swore he got a little bit on the run. And that was Rain Rie on the tackle.
Yeah, big stop there by Rain Rie. This London defense definitely adjusted to the rushing attack of the Fleet here, as this sets up a really long 3rd down here for the Fleet.
Moving around the pocket, his throws OJ Bruin. What a catch! Unfortunately, it's not enough by Jean Valentine, but he noticed he had that awareness, grabbed the ball, and it is going to be 4th and 2.
Yeah, a big catch there by Jean Valentine in order to try and get this drive going. Unfortunately for Portland, just not able to get the required yardage, and they're going to be forced to punt this ball away to an electrifying London offense.
Punt is away. Taken at the 30 up to the 31. Only gain of 1 on the punt return. First and 10, balls on London's 31. Very deep drop from Johnny Pickler with a very deep throw to counter for it. It's picked off. Portland's defense got up into the air right at the sidelines. Let's get a replay of that. Let's see who that was. That is
Majors.
Derek Majors. Kind of reminds me of the 1997 Charles Woodson interception against Michigan State, getting it right at the line.
Yeah, that was just a really good read on that pass by Derek Majors in order to get that ball out of the hands of the intended receiver. And Portland now on the attack in London territory.
Short drop, short throw over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Nelson Lozano. As of right now, the only man on the Portland Fleet without a reception.
Yeah, and unfortunate that Nelson's not able to hold on to that ball. That definitely would have given Portland a much better opportunity to try and get this first down. But a second chance here is Portland goes empty backfield.
Standing right up is OJ Bruin, finds a man standing wide in the open field, gain of 8 on the play. And look who it is, Nelson Lozano, making up for the last play.
Yeah, that's honestly a big grab by him to make up for that drop pass the play before. Unfortunately, not really able to get himself turned around to try and get any more than 8 there. But a much more manageable 3rd down situation here for this Fleet offense after that catch by Nelson Lozano.
Third and 2, hands off to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love spins around. He is gone. Touchdown, Portland Fleet. That has to be one of the greatest runs I have ever seen, not only Ezekiel Love make, but in all of SFL history.
That first spin move, though, my goodness, what a spin. Just sent this defender flying past him gets another one to get around another man, and then it's just all Ezekiel Love, nothing in front of him in the end zone. And Portland, capitalizing on that interception by Derek Majors, gets into the end zone and takes the lead here about 2.5 minutes into this third quarter.
Snaps a bit low. The kick is away. And Portland is up 21-17. These two teams have just been trading leads throughout this entire ball game. No team really getting more than about 3 or 4 points as the lead.
Yeah, but this is definitely a big momentum shift into the hands of Portland, as they're going to look to try and capitalize on this lead even further as they kick the ball back to London here.
Saren Storm takes it to the 23. Not much of a real gain there from him. The kicking team from Portland so far has done a very good job at pinning London further back. They, generally speaking, have had them back about 10 yards more on average than London's pinned them back. Quick drop from Johnny Pickler. Going to be caught in bounds. Oh, another spin. Double spins from Vin Kalia. And it's just been a spinning madness here in Portland.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a tornado warning out in Portland during this game. Just a great set of moves there from Kalia in order to keep the play going, and London now picks up some pretty good field position to start their second play.
Pickler goes to the outside. It's going to be caught in bounds. 2nd down and 6 from the catch by Mike St. Green.
Yeah, just a good possession type of a play there by London. You know how deadly this Portland defense can be, especially on the deep ball if you throw it just a slightly bit off. So definitely a smart play by London to keep it short.
Short drop, throws to Robert Merrill on the screen. Merrill charges through 1, not able to charge through 2, makes it 3rd and 1.
Still impressive, though, for Robert Merrill. He's able to get a bit extra out of that play after the initial contact. Brings up a incredibly manageable 3rd down here for London, who currently has the better of Portland on 3rd down conversions.
Another short drop from Pickler. Throws it to Robert Merrill. He's going to get the 1st down and takes the ball up to midfield.
Yeah, just a nice another possession type of catch there to the fullback Royal Wellman, as London now has the ball at midfield.
Super deep drop from Johnny Pickler. And it's going to be another catch inbounds from Saren Storm and another 1st down. Basically every play from London so far has gone for at least 5 or 10 yards.
Yeah, and that's honestly credit to both Pickler and this receiving core for London. As long as Pickler is able to get it into the hands of one of his receivers, the receivers are usually able to make something of it, and it's one of the reasons their passing attack has been so good this first half of the season.
Standing up is Johnny Pickler, and it's going to be a out-of-bounds throw. Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Probably a late hit there from Leo Morris is going to be the call.
That's exactly what it's going to be. Bit of a questionable call, as, well, they were both falling out of bounds together. You know, not really much you could have done to control that.
I definitely have to agree with you. We'll see the replay here, I think. Yeah, no, definitely have to agree with the late hit. Saren was
Yeah.
pretty well out of bounds, and then Leo Morris comes in and makes the hit. Definitely the right call, I believe, by R62, and London's gonna have the ball just inside of the Portland red zone.
Extremely short drop, throws to the sideline. That was going to be a 2 hands on the ball, 4 hands actually, and incomplete 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Chris Thatch looking for the interception there, was in a good place to try and get it. Unfortunately, the ball just bounces off his hands and the hands of the intended target. I believe that was Mike St. Green, and it's going to set up 2nd down here for London.
Low snap, pump fake from Pickler, throws over the middle. That one's going to be once again incomplete. Saren Storm, the intended target, got caught up at the wrong time.
And Portland's defense is starting to pick it up here, starting to get some really good reads on these passes from Johnny Pickler here in the red zone. London, though, still has a chance to either score or at least reset the downs with 10 yards to go to that 1st down line.
Pickler moving around the pocket, not going to be able to escape it. Gets knocked out of the 25-yard line, 4th and 18.
Yeah, and that was big. That's Leo Morris, who got called for that late hit. Gets the yardage back with that sack, and London's going to be forced to try and kick a field goal with Longfellow here.
Kick is away from Longfellow, and it is good. 20-21. These two teams can barely keep themselves separated for too long as London draws it to 1 point.
Yeah, but this is a really, really good chance for Portland. They can, if they find the end zone here on this drive, they're going to make this a 2-score game. London's going to have to come back and score a touchdown and potentially go for 2 if it does come to that.
Kick is away. It's going to be taken at about the 10 or 15-yard line. Portland with a good kick return up to the 33.
Yeah, this is, Portland definitely has the advantage just about in the field position game. It definitely helps that they have David John doing their kickoffs, which has helped to pin London deep in their own territory.
O.J. Bruin throws it to the sideline to Ezekiel Love, and I don't think he got it inbounds. It may have actually benefited them that he was out.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I do think he did have a foot out of bounds when he caught that ball, which if he had caught it, that would have been a loss of 1, I believe. But it's only 2nd down, still a chance for Portland to try to get something going here.
Free play for the Fleet. Same little check down throw as Ezekiel Love is going to get, I think, the 1st down.
Yeah, they're definitely going to decline this penalty. Ezekiel Love, I believe, definitely got the 1st there.
Neutral zone infraction, number 59, defense.
And the Fleet are going to decline it. This time the neutral zone infraction, not by Mike St. Green, this time by William Davidson.
I would certainly hope it's not by Mike St. Green. He's on offense.
Good point. I meant to say Chad Rowland. Anywho, it's 1st and 10 on Portland's 43. OJ Bruin throws over the middle right into the heart of 5 London Knights defenders. They were all around Nelson Lozano, but none of them got there.
I mean, that's just what happens when you throw the ball to the big tight end Nelson Lozano. They were all there. They just weren't close enough to really make a play on that ball. And Lozano picks up a big first down here for Portland as they're now pretty deep into London territory.
London stacking the box, handoff to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love trying to peel the outside, sheds a tackler, sheds a second one. Gain of 6 on the play.
That was just impressive, honestly, by Ezekiel Love. That play, London eyeing to blow it up in the backfield. Ezekiel Love, though, some strong running, able to break not 1 but 2 tackles and bring up a much more manageable 2nd and 4 for this Fleet offense.
Another handoff to the outside. This time doesn't work out. Loss of 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, the hole that was there, London's defense managed to seal up pretty quickly. Ezekiel Love not really able to get outside like he wanted. William Davidson able to get through in order to make that in the backfield. Still a very manageable 3rd down situation, though, for Portland.
Handoff right up the middle to Ezekiel Love, not working out. 4th down and 4.
Yeah, Ezekiel Love only to get about a yard there. And it looks like they may try the field goal with David John. This one, I believe, would be about a 50-yarder. Check that, make that 49 yards.
It's going to be a long one. Let's see how they can do it. Kick is away. It's up. It's over. And it's
just had the leg for it. Just had the leg for it.
They extend their lead back up to London needing a touchdown, which at the end of the day, I guess is really all you can ask for.
Yeah, definitely a good stop by London's defense in order to keep Portland to 3. That's their first field goal of the day for Portland. So definitely good on London to force that here, as London's going to get a chance to try and catch up again here with about 2.5 minutes to play in the 3rd.
And they're going to take it up to the 26-yard line. Saren Storm doing a little bit more than he usually does on kick returns. So now it is 1st down and 10. Johnny Pickler, short drop, looking around, throws to the sideline, caught, and it's going to be a 2nd and 5. Vin Kalia, 100 yards, 110 actually, for today on just 5 interceptions. He's been having a stonker of a game.
Yeah, Vin Kalia definitely the favorite target of Johnny Pickler here this game. Has just under half of Pickler's total passing yards here, but it's definitely for a good reason. Callie has been able to make magic happen pretty much anytime he's gotten the ball.
Meanwhile, Robert Merrill gets a spin, and they're going to say that for Bragas, he got the 1st down. What a play from Robert Merrill. While he hasn't been doing everything and more, he has certainly done enough to keep himself relevant in the passing attack.
Yeah, absolutely. The Portland has had his number on the ground, but through the air, Robert Merrill's been able to get things done pretty handily. As that's going to be wide open to Mike St. Green.
Yep, that's a deep throw and a deep touchdown. They needed the touchdown to get back in front, and they got what they need. Mike St. Green puts them up by 2.
Yeah, and I don't know how Mike St. Green got that open. There was literally no one around. I think it was just a really good post route there run by Mike St. Green. And London now looks to try and swing this game in their favor and go up by a field goal barring the extra point here from Peter McLongfellow.
Snap is low, kick is away, and London is up 27-24 with just a minute 41 remaining in the third. This game is nowhere near over yet.
No, not at all. I definitely expected it to be a barn burner with how these two teams compare both offensively and defensively, but this has been absolutely ridiculous so far.
Kick is away from London. And Portland now looking to re-equalize these two teams. And again, we've been talking about this throughout the entire game. They have been like unable to separate from each other despite employing very similar strategies.
Yeah, Johnny Pickler in this London offense has dominated the pass game, which is what they tend to do. Whereas Portland has switched to a more balanced attack. The run game has still been going decently well as that ball deflected by Jeff Gagne. But it's been, I don't want to say up to expectations, but it's been a very thrilling game so far.
Yeah, it's been a very thrilling game, and again, both these teams doing what they do best. Although Portland now in this second half has been doing pretty well at making themselves a bit more diverse on offense. Going to be a handoff to the outside to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love not going to gain much more than a single yard. 3rd and 9.
Yeah, they tried the draw there to try and throw London's defense off. Unfortunately, Sewell Lane able to put a stop to that pretty quickly as Portland only gains a yard there.
Another quick drop, throws over the middle, tipped around, incomplete as Portland now forced to punt it away.
Yeah, that's definitely an unfortunate turn of events for Portland. Just not really able to get anything going on that drive. London's defense pretty locked down on that particular drive, as they're going to get a chance now to try and extend this lead even further.
Kick is away, and it's going to be fair caught at the 33-yard line.
Good flip of field by the punter.
Yeah. Split backs, Johnny Pickler under center for the Knights. And it's going to be a deep throw towards the sideline, caught in bounds to the 47.
Kalia again.
I mean, when hasn't Vin Kalia been making these huge plays as the tackle was made by Derek Majors being able to force him out?
Honestly, I don't think I've seen a game of London so far where Vin Kalia hasn't made magic happen.
As they try to hand it off there, it's going to be a loss of 1 on the handoff to Robert Merrill. Portland's defensive line just clogging it in the middle. Robert Brar with the tackle.
Yeah, just that's honestly been the story of London's rushing attack. They haven't gone to it very often. When they do, it's usually a 1-yard loss.
Quick drop from Johnny Pickler, throws it over to Robert Merrill, who gets a little spin and a juke. He juked him and spinned on him. Got 10 yards And that right there is going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. London up by 3 over the Portland Fleet. And we'll be right back with you with more Simulation FL action here on the Simulation Football League's Twitch page. Welcome back, everybody, to here in Portland, Oregon. 3rd down and 1 for the London Knights. Pickler looking around the pocket. Hit as he throws. That's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, it's a big stop by the Fleet here on 3rd down in order to stop the bleeding here, as London realistically would punt this ball away. We could see them try the bait and switch. We also could see them go for it here on 4th and 1.
I mean, you are right in that little line of the field where going for it is reasonable, as Pickler is going to go for it, and he gets sacked. Turnover on downs. That one's heading to Portland.
Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with the decision to try and go for it here. I don't think you pass, though. I understand Robert Merrill hasn't really been able to get anything going on the ground, but you definitely hand it off to either him or to your fullback in Wellman. And unfortunately, this is going to set up some really, really good field position for this Portland Fleet offense.
And they're just going to go high flying from the start. O.J. Bruin in the shotgun. Bruin looking around, has tons of time, throws the sideline, caught. 1st down, Fleet.
Yeah, what a pass right over the hand of the London defender there, and right into the hands of Benjamin Warner. A big start to this drive here for Portland, as they're already in London territory after that turnover on downs.
First and 10 once more. Low snap for O.J. Bruin. Throws over the middle. That's going to be another 1st down. They are tearing through, and they're already at London's 28-yard line.
Yeah, Benjamin Warner on the grab there again. And this Portland passing attack is starting to click now here late in the game. The start of this 4th quarter. O.J. Bruin starting to get a bit more confidence here in the pass game. This offensive line has been holding their own this second half.
And that time they handed it off to Ezekiel Love. Sorry, folks, got a little bit of spit down the wrong pipe. Gain of 8 on the play.
I thought you sneezed there.
No. 2nd down and 2. Gonna be another handoff to Ezekiel Love to the outside. Picks up a block, picks up another block, sheds a tackle. And they're gonna get it down to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 once more.
Yeah, and unfortunately, cornerback Brandon Ewing, I'm wrong sport, was injured on that play. We'll definitely look to see if we can get an update on him. But that's a big 1st down for Portland, as they're pretty deep into London's red zone now.
Very deep. O.J. Bruin in the shotgun. Looking around as O.J. Bruin throws towards the corner of the end zone. That one was nearly picked off. That would have been a touchdown going the other way for Emmanuel Blackman.
Yeah, Jeff Gunny in the chat almost calling that with Emmanuel Blackman there on the pass deflection. In and out of his hands. Unfortunately, he's not able to get the interception. But still a good pass breakup there in order to keep Portland out of the end zone.
So it is 2nd and 10. Effectively 2nd and goal. Another handoff to John Truzman. And Truzman gains 1 yard, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, unfortunate there that Truzman's only able to get that yard, but it's a manageable 3rd down. A bit long, unfortunately. Portland does have a chance for a fresh set of downs should they need it, if they're not able to get to the end zone, but are able to get it close here.
Throws a dart for the end zone. That's going to be picked off. All that work done for nothing. And London nearly had a touchdown going their way as the interception was made by Anthony Wyo.
Yeah, Wyo just lurking as some would say, basically playing center field. OJ Bruin not really able to aim the pass the way that he wanted to, and just goes right into Wyo's hands. He's able to get a good return out to the 22. We call it a touchback, basically, as London's going to look to try and put this game away.
Pickler goes short, and it's going to be a gain of 7 on the throw. Leo Morris on the tackle. Can't exactly see who got the grab. That was Saren Storm.
Yeah, just a nice ball into the hands of Saren Storm, who's able to, it's a possession game for London at this point. They want to try and keep the clock running while still trying to push the ball downfield. Maybe not as quickly as possible, but efficiently at least, as Robert Merrill getting his first really big run of the game there.
That looked almost like one of those Ezekiel Love sort of runs, eh?
I definitely got to agree with you there. That was a nice 13-yard run there from Robert Merrill. Portland's defense just wasn't really prepared for it. He gets around one, almost breaks another, and if he broke that second tackle, we could have seen Robert Merrill off to the races.
But this time they go with their signature empty set. Johnny Pickler hit as he throws. That's going to be incomplete.
Man,
Portland defensive line has gotten the pressure on him throughout this second half.
Yeah, and if Portland's defensive line, was just a tad quicker at getting there, these hit as he throws may end up being sacks. But you got to give it up to Johnny Pickler to have the awareness to try to get the ball out of his hands as he's being hit. So it's just an incomplete pass and not a loss of yards.
Short drop, throws, going to be caught. Gain of 4 on the play.
Kalia again there.
How many times are we going to say this man's name before we're out of here?
It probably 5 or 6 more times, I'll be honest with you.
I'm going to hold you to that. He already has over 120 yards today, contributing to Johnny Pickler's monster game, nearly 400 yards. Short drop from Pickler, throws over the middle. That's going to be caught. 4th and 1, just short.
I could see London going for this again.
Yeah, although it may be a little bit too much on their end.
Yeah, I think it's smart for London to try to punt this ball away, but I definitely think they're going to try and go for it here.
Handoff to the outside. Robert Merrill spins, gets the first down.
Yeah, that's what they wanted the first time they went for it on fourth. Unfortunately, they tried the pass the first time, it didn't work out. They gave the ball to Robert Merrill this time, and Robert Merrill gets as much as he needed in order to get that first down.
Throws over the middle. That was going to be tipped around, intercepted by Portland. And Portland's going to take it right back the other way, so it's almost like that fourth down was for nothing.
Absolutely not. That one tipped around a lot and falls in the hand of the outside linebacker, Gary Clem. And Portland, after throwing an interception of their own deep in the end zone, manages to get one back here. And Portland now is going to look to try and shut London out of this game.
Can't exactly shut them out when you're down by 3.
You can if you score, though.
I mean, true enough. Depends on how you score exactly. Hand off to Ezekiel Love to the outside. Ezekiel Love picks up a block. Ezekiel Love sheds a tackler. Not going to shed 2, though. Gets it down to the 40.
Yeah, credit that run to the block from John Trusman, the fullback there. Just gets a nice seal on that outside edge. And, you know, after that, Ezekiel Love's got plenty of room to run, and run he does. That's definitely the kind of thing you want to see from Portland at this point in the game. They're definitely trying to score, but they also want to take as much time off of this clock as possible, because we've seen how fast London can score in the past.
Another handoff of the middle to not Robert Merrill, Ezekiel Love, only gaining a single yard after a bombastic first half. This second half has been a much slower, much more controlled one.
Yeah, that was Trusman on the carry there, and he does manage to pick up a yard there. Going to give him forward progress there, but not able to get much more than that, as Portland's going to go gun split back here.
Low snap, throws deep over the middle. OJ Bruin, that's going to be caught. Makes the man miss. Second tackle gone. Touchdown.
Art Vandelay, what a grab, what a reception, what a run to the end zone, and Portland finds himself up 3 here with 5.5 to go here in the fourth.
As the alarms are sounding here in the shipyard, Art Vandelay just completely embarrasses the London defense and puts Portland what could be up by 4.
Yeah, that was just an impressive display from not only Art Vandelay, but OJ Bruin there as well. Just incredible patience in the pocket to allow that play to develop. Finds the open man, and Art Vandelay is able to make it work as Portland goes up by 4 here with 5.5 to go in the fourth quarter.
This game is nowhere near over yet, folks. Both this game and over on For the Fans are absolute barn burners. Baltimore on top of their rivals currently, 30-20 in the fourth quarter. But we still got a lot to play for here. London and Saren Storm. Saren Storm not able to get through much. Again, this Portland kick coverage unit has been working like clockwork.
Yeah,
to keep Saren Storm at bay.
Yeah, this special teams unit for Portland has been doing an incredible job on these kickoffs of forcing London deep in their own territory to start their drives. Portland, on average, has 10 yards better field position than London does on kickoffs.
As Johnny Pickler goes deep, tipped incomplete. Not much going there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bob Funk not able to get his hands on it, not really able to tip it up to anyone. The closest to the rebound was Derek Majors. Just wasn't close enough to get his hands on it. Pickler, though, able to avoid the pressure, manages to get the incomplete pass. It is going to set up 2nd and 10.
Handing it off to Robert Merrill to the outside, loses a yard on the play, and the running games for both teams have been cut off as the tackle was made by Gary Clem.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with you there. Portland, of course, Ezekiel Love is able to been able to make things work despite the increase in pressure, as Pickler's going to get sacked down at around his own 10.
And Portland's defense picking up the momentum from their offense. And one of the least sacked quarterbacks here in the SFL has been going down like a ship 4 times already in this ball game.
Yeah, you got to give credit to Portland's defense. They've been, they've been doing a great job getting pressure to Johnny Pickler. Not just the 4 sacks today, but the numerous times that he's been pressured into bad throws, as Portland's going to go for a fair catch here and get the ball at London's 45 to start this next drive.
First and 10 from 44-yard line.
4:16 left in the ball game. It's going to be a little handoff to Ezekiel Love to the outside. Ezekiel Love's got all the room to run, gets a first down, and gets it to the London 32-yard line.
Yeah, again, you got to give credit to this this offensive line and tight end core of Portland. They're able to just seal up this defensive line of London to give Ezekiel Love the space that he needs in order to try and make magic happen. He gets 11 yards there, and it's been... while Ezekiel Love's production is definitely slowing down this half, he's still able to make things work.
London playing everyone close up to the line. So is Portland. Expect a maul at the 32. Handoff to Ezekiel Love, and he found a hole, gets a few yards, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that hole was basically wide open, but got to give credit to London's defense. They're able to, come down the field from those cornerback and safety spots and seal that hole up and not allow Ezekiel Love to get any more than 4 yards there.
Handoff up the middle to John Trusman. Trusman gets nothing gained but nothing lost. 3rd and 6. Gagne with the tackle.
Yeah, Gagne has been pretty much all over the field this game. He's got 12 tackles, 1 assist. He's got a pass deflection today as well, and the TFL. He's definitely shown himself to be the leader of this London defense this game.
Handoff to the outside here for Ezekiel Love, and London's defense holds them and stops them in their tracks. And now David John is going to have to trot out for the field goal. If he gets it, though, that will put Portland up by a clean 7 going into the 2-minute warning.
Portland's going to take it to the 2-minute warning here. They're not going to kick this ball.
Yeah, they don't have enough time to. It doesn't really matter if that's the question or not. So 2 minutes remaining in this ball game, folks. Portland's up 31-27, looking to put the game on ice. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Also, welcome back, everybody, to the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Portland and David John with a 40-yard field goal can put them up by 7 on top of the London Knights. Kick is away, it's up, it's over, and it is good. 34-27, and London has a minute 57 to go all the way down the field and score to tie the game up.
Yeah, they're definitely capable of scoring here, especially with they still have all 3 timeouts. They've got just under 2 minutes on the clock. They're going to have about a minute 53, let's say, after this kick return. And all Portland really has to do is tighten up on defense. All they have to do is prevent London from getting into the end zone, and this game is theirs.
Yeah, and they've been doing that pretty well throughout the entire game as Saren Storm gains him a few more yards, which can make all the difference between victory and defeat here in the SFL. Minute 52 left. Another very crucial thing to think about here, London has all 3 timeouts in hand.
Absolutely. I think that, London's going to do what London does best, right? They're going to go to Pickler and this passing attack. Portland, though, can take advantage of that and potentially pick the ball off. They don't here as that ball goes to Mike St. Green as London's going to go into the hurry-up.
London is turning on the Jets here up to the 41. They need 59 yards. Throws over the middle. That's going to be caught. And another first down. They're already across the midfield stripe, and they've barely taken any time off the clock. Looking around is Pickler. Pickler lost one deep to the corner. That's going to be caught up to the 30 to the 25-yard line, and London takes their first time out of the half.
And look who it is. It's Vin Calia yet again.
Lofting one right into a 50-50 ball, but Vin Calia, when you have him receiving, it's more like a 90-10.
Yeah, Derek Majors, I think, just got up for that a little too early. London now just 5 yards from Portland's red zone, and they're looking to score here as quick as possible.
Minute 20 remaining. Pickler looking around. Pickler throws into the heart of the defense. That's going to be falling incomplete. Although something to think about, though, you don't want to give too much time on the clock, because even in the event of a tied ball game, or if London's crazy enough, they go for the 2-point and it works. Portland only needs a field goal to win.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen that they're capable of having an up-tempo offense like London's.
Yeah, and an up-tempo offense when you only realistically need to get to around the 35 is dangerous. Pickler throws on the run. That's going to be picked off. Portland wins.
All game. Chalk that one to Leo Morris there on the interception after the tip. And Portland, in what has been an absolutely thrilling game, is going to come away with the win here. Well, I say that they still need to get at least one first down. I think they do have to burn these timeouts for London. And it looks they're going to try to do that in the victory formation here.
Yeah, burn the timeouts here, because realistically, London will only have about 20 seconds to get a touchdown.
Portland could decide to go for it on third down after the second kneel. It'd be about 3rd and 14. They'd be on the 24. OJ Bruin has shown that he's able to make some pretty deep passes. They may decide to try and go for it on third specifically. They're not going to go for it on 4th down here. It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, basically, just design a play to kill off as much clock as humanly possible.
Yeah, they could try a Hail Mary here on 3rd down. Try and catch London's offense off guard. There's a couple ways that Portland could go about this. It looks like they're just going to go into the victory formation, though, and then punt it away on 4th.
Yeah. As things currently stand, it would give London about a little under 30 seconds. It would be about 25, I would say, from the
Yeah.
snap of the ball. Then obviously the punt return, which I can't imagine this would be anything but fair caught.
Yeah,
Um,
it wouldn't make sense for London to not fair catch this ball.
yeah, it's just like don't even try and waste time that you don't have. So despite how it may have looked just a few seconds ago, this game is still not over. Portland about to punt it away to the London Knights. Snaps for needs to be nearly blocked. Oh, would have that been something? And London's going to fair catch it with 23 seconds left at their own 42. 23 seconds to make it 68 yards. That's not impossible. And we welcome everyone here from For the Fans. 23 seconds left. London's down by 7. This game is not yet over, folks. Despite what we were just saying about 2 minutes ago. Not even. Johnny Pickler's in the shotgun. Looking around, throws short over the middle, and that is not the throw you want to be making when you have so little time and so much that you need to get.
But it stops the clock.
True.
It does stop the clock, and being that London no longer has any timeouts, you're going to take something like that over, you know, something short yards down the middle that forces the clock into running and forces you into the hurry up.
20 seconds left. Ball's on their own 42. Looking around is Johnny Pickler, throws it over the middle. That's going to be caught inbounds up to the 44. They're going to have to run it back. Are they going to spike it, or are they just going to try and run another play? They're going to spike it here. 8 seconds left. 8 seconds. That's about enough time for maybe 2 plays from the line of scrimmage. Maybe.
Realistically, it's only one. I think London's going to try the Hail Mary here just to try and get it into the end zone at this point.
Yeah, again, it might be 2 depending on how things work out here, though. Might be 2. Pickler looking around. Pickler nearly hit as he throws, goes deep over the middle, tipped incomplete. And aren't I smart? They get a second shot at life with just 3 seconds left.
I hate that you're right, Jack, but you're right. They do still have a chance for one more play here. They have to go for it all and then some, though, in order to try and take this into overtime.
They need a touchdown and at least an extra point to win it. I mean, to tie it. If they want to win it, though, they can go for 2, but I can't imagine they would be that risky. 3 seconds left. Pickler in the shotgun. Pickler snaps a little bit high. Move around the pocket. Sacked! That's it! That's ball game. Portland wins.
Yeah, chalk that up to Bernard Patterson on the game-winning sack there, and the Portland Fleet come out with it 34-27. What a game!
What a ball game, and what a win for the Portland Fleet to extend their win streak to 4. The main thing that gave them the win, 4 turnovers and 4 interceptions by Johnny Pickler. London's known for being a pass-happy team, but one of the downsides is that you can end up coughing the ball up a lot. And Pickler especially had a bad case of coughing up the ball at the worst possible time.
Yeah, absolutely. The worst one was the one on that last drive before the Hail Mary attempts. They were on the 25. They had a chance. Unfortunately, an errant ball from Pickler causes a last-second interception, and it ends up costing London the game here, as they're going to drop to 3-3.
But meanwhile, on the other side, Portland, that's their 4th straight win. And even their last loss, it was 36-30 to Baltimore. Ever since they got blown out week 1 against Houston, they have been arguably a top 5 caliber team in the SFL.
Absolutely. I have to think with this win, they're definitely in the conversation for that top 5. You know, you could even put them maybe closer to the top 3.
Yeah, definitely. Ezekiel Love, he certainly did what he needed to do today, but despite the fact the highlights is showing a interception, OJ Bruin did the job he needed to do. He got 167 yards, got a couple touchdowns, and Portland has become a very dynamic, balanced attack that it's really hard to game plan for.
Yeah, because like you can plan all you want for Portland's run game, but if you focus too much on containing Ezekiel Love, we saw it here in this game. OJ Bruin can throw it deep to Art Vanderlei, throw it to Nelson Lozano, Benjamin Warner, John Valentine. There's a lot of weapons that this Portland offense has, and I don't think really any team in the SFL is going to be prepared for it moving forward.
No, meanwhile for London, of course, dropping to 3-3, there's a lot worse places to be, especially for London, a team that over the past few seasons has been really caught in a rut. To be at 500 heading into the back half of the season, that's a very good thing for them. Player of the game honors here in Portland go to Ezekiel Love, the halfback. 170 yards on 28 attempts and 2 tutties with 5 receiving yards. I mean, there's no one else who could have been.
No, not at all.
And when we come back from this upcoming break, Cam Irvine and Mike St. Green will be there too. Or actually, that concludes our coverage here tonight, folks. We say so long and have a fantastic evening.